Good morning, yes. Yesterday we discussed what is testing life cycle or what are the different phases in testing, and we also discussed functional versus non-functional testing, right? Everyone clear on this, guys? What is functional testing and what is non-functional testing and what all fall under non-functional testing?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So, and also, like we came across this performance testing, right? So we discussed what is performance testing and what is performance testing and what are the major performance testing tools, isn't it? So performance testing is non-functional testing to determine an application's speed, responsiveness, stability of a computer, right? Now let us, our focus point is performance testing. So let us understand or let us discuss more on performance testing. So performance testing is a non-functional testing to determine an application speed, right? When you say an application, what application, what do you mean by an application? Yes. It can be a web application, yes. Mobile application, desktop application. It can be any application, mobile or web app or web, mobile or desktop application. Clear, guys? So non-functional testing is to determine an application speed, stability, scalability, and reliability. Now, what is meant by speed, what is stability, what is scalability, and all, we will discuss that in the next session. In the next slide. So first, let us understand, performance testing. How is performance testing done at a high level? So here, see, this is the major factor for doing performance testing. Speed means what is the response time of each page when you send a request to the server, how fast it is responding, isn't it? And stability means how stable the application is on expected user load and unexpected user load, normal user load and more than normal load. Sometimes some applications will have more than expected user load, right? Yes or no? Some examples? Yeah.
Big billion days.
Big billion days. Yeah. Next.
Black Friday sale.
Black Friday sale, Thanksgiving Day sale in US, right?
Yeah.
Republic Day sale, Australia. So whenever these are called as peak events, right? So whenever these events happen, right? So how stable the application is under unexpected user load. See, you may get some, when there is more than expected load on the server, application may become slightly slow, but you should not display, page can't be displayed or error message should not be displayed, isn't it? That is not acceptable, right? And scalability means what is the maximum load that it can support, right? How much an application can support. That is scalability. And reliability is once the application goes live, how reliable the application would be. How reliable the application will be. That is called as reliability. We will discuss more in this next slide, in the next slide. So first let us understand how is performance testing done. How do we do performance testing for an application, right? So first of all, we simulate the important business flows of the application. We simulate first of all, we gather the information about what are the critical business flows of any application. Okay. Let us say, for example, if you are doing performance testing for a net banking application, right? All of you are having net banking application, right? Can you list out, what all do we normally do? I mean, mostly, right? Important, please understand and remember this term, important business flows. What is meant by important business flows for any application, right? For that, I'll take some net banking example because, everyone is using some or other net banking application. 1 second, there's someone is calling. So let's understand what is meant by important business flows of the application, guys. Suppose if we take, let us take some examples like net banking application. So what do you mostly do with the net banking application, guys? Yes. Yes. Login and check balance. Can we say like this? Login and check balance. Okay.
Transaction.
Fund transfer. Yes.
Transaction.
Bank statement. Right. Okay.
Cards.
What is it?
Credit card.
Credit card payment, right? Do you mean credit card payment?
Yeah.
Okay. Fixed deposits, okay. Next.
Help.
Support.
It is. Yeah.
Support ticket, okay, or service request, okay. Support ticket or a service request, okay. Tell me some important business flows. See, mostly done business flows. For example, fund transfer is mostly done, isn't it? Or login and check balance is frequently done. Give such kind of add beneficiary, okay. So if you want to do some fund transfer, first we need to add, mostly we will add a beneficiary, isn't it? Next. If you want to do all these operations, so you need to create an account, right? Or you need to register, isn't it? Account creation or user registration. Shall we say like this? User registration. You forgot password and you set up your account, isn't it? See, first time you get a customer ID or CRM, you'll use forget password and you create an account first of all, or you register your account, isn't it? So user registration or account creation, can we say like that? Right? And login and check balance, add beneficiary, fund transfer, bank statement, etc., etc. So these are the critical business flows for net banking, any net banking application, isn't it? There may be few more. Anything else that you can recollect? Profile update, right? Once in a while, we may be updating profile, like updating phone number or email ID or Aadhaar number, isn't it?
Apply for loan.
PAN update, PAN card
Yeah.
update, right? So these are the let it be as our address update. Once in a while, you may be updating the address, isn't it? So I'll say, let us put under profile update, all those under profile update. So these are the critical business flows, right? Isn't it? Now, if you want to test a net banking application, you need to test those, these critical business flows. First, we should know what are the critical business flows of that application. Now, let us take another example. Shall we take a travel application? Travel application like, yes, travel application like IRCTC, right? Or Abibus, or Abibus or Redbus, etc., etc. Isn't it? Redbus, Abibus. Yeah. Now, what are the critical business flows for a travel application, guys? It is same, right? User registration or account creation will be common, isn't it? We create an account first and then login and check availability. Check availability, isn't it? Ticket
Yes, sir.
availability.
Yes, sir.
Check ticket availability. Next.
Boarding and deloading.
Book ticket. That falls under booking a ticket. All those, selecting boarding point or, what is that? Dropping point.
Refund.
Dropping point, journey data, all come under book ticket. Next.
Refund policies.
Payment also falls under book ticket.
Refund policy.
Refund policy. Okay. You mean to say go through the refund policy?
Yeah.
Terms and conditions. Okay.
Cancel ticket.
Give some important business flows. Yeah. Cancel ticket, which are most frequently done. Okay. Previously, we used to have printing a ticket, right? But of course, right now we have mobile M-ticket and all. So, we'll keep it aside. No one is printing a ticket now, isn't it? So, but book ticket, cancel ticket are there. And next, what else?
PNR inquiry.
PNR inquiry. Okay. Makes sense. Yeah, PNR inquiry. If it is IRCTC, and we booked a ticket in waiting list, so we'll be doing that PNR inquiry frequently, right?
Tracking status.
Yeah. Tracking status, okay. Bus tracking or, train tracking, whatever it is, right? Yeah. And next. Nowadays, most of these travel applications are supporting hotel room booking also, right? Isn't it? Hotel room booking, some pilgrim package, right? Pilgrim package or tour package, isn't it? Booking a tour package. So these are the critical business flows for any travel application, isn't it? Now, based on your application, first you need to collect what are the critical business flows of the application, and you need to include that in the performance testing. So we simulate the important business flows of the application, and not only these important business flows. See why these are the flows or business flows which will be having more user hits. More and more users will be using that. Not only those critical business flows, there will be some dashboard pages which will be visited by stakeholders. Stakeholders means, let us take some some e-commerce application, right? And we will take, but with this we'll close these examples. We'll take one e-commerce application like Amazon or Flipkart. Amazon, Flipkart, what else guys? Mintra, yeah. Next. Huh?
Snapdeal.
Meesho.
eBay.
Okay. I heard it, but I did not use it anytime. Yeah, GeoMart, etc., etc. Right. So let us take some e-commerce application. Now, what would be the critical business flows for these kind of applications, guys? So this is common, right? User registration and account creation. This is common, isn't it? And next, yes.
Login.
Okay, login.
Product selection.
Product selection.
Product. Someone said product.
Search for the product.
Yeah, sir.
Search for a product. Right. Okay. Next.
Add to cart feature.
Adding to cart.
Adding to
payment.
cart.
Add to wish list.
Wish list. Add to cart.
Add to cart. Add to cart and
Filters.
checkout.
Checkout. Filters.
Filters. Like
Filters. Okay. That all falls under like search for a product. Okay.
Payment.
Search for a product.
Payments.
I'll add it here. Filter products. Okay. Yes.
Payments through card, UPI, debit card, credit card.
Yeah, that will be part of checkout, isn't it? Payment will be part of checkout. Okay. Cancel order. Yeah.
Confirm order.
What is that?
Order status.
Delivery status.
track.
Or track delivery.
Track delivery. Yes.
I will name it as track delivery.
Customer support.
Sorry.
Customer support.
Customer service. Okay.
Like message notifications.
Okay. So cancel order, and sometimes you may return the product, right?
Yeah. Return.
Return the product, right? Or exchange. Yes or no? Return and cancel, maybe return and cancel, maybe they fall under same thing. But sometimes you may do an exchange, right? Suppose you order some apparels or something like t-shirts or pants or something. So you exchange the size, isn't it? So exchange product, isn't it? So these are the critical business flows. Now, apart from these critical business flows, there will be some pages which will be visited by the stakeholders of the company. Stakeholders means someone from the management, right? Let's say they want to see how much business was done in the last 1 week or in the last 1 month, right? In the application itself, there will be some dashboard pages or admin login, isn't it? To see how much sales is done in a particular product category. For example, Amazon CEO want to see how much sales was done in each product category. How much sales was done in mobiles category, how much sales was done in groceries, right? If they want to see, they may log in. And stakeholders will be hardly 10 or 20 or 30 or 40 people. That's it, isn't it? Management, from the management. Or a couple of, in tens only, right? But still those pages are important, right? All those pages which will be visited by the stakeholders will be important, even though they have only couple of, users, isn't it? Maybe 40 people or 50 people, or management may not be more than that, or admin team may not be more than that. But those pages are important, right? But those pages are important because they are the stakeholders of the company, isn't it? So now what we do is, we cover all these critical business flows as well as dashboard pages which will be visited by stakeholders or shareholders. Stakeholders, we should call them as stakeholders. Okay. Shareholders may be in thousands, right? Let us call them as stakeholders. Means management team, higher management team. Clear, guys? Now next what we do is we create one script for each of this business flow, one performance test script for each of the business flow. for user registration, one business flow, login, one script. We develop one script for login, etc., etc. So we create, we create one script, one performance test script for each of these business flow, and we execute those scripts. We will execute those scripts if you want to test the application. See, let us say if you want to test IRCTC application, let's say IRCTC application will be used by approximately 4 to 5 lakh users per day. If you want to do performance testing for IRCTC, you cannot engage 4 to 5 lakh users and ask them to hit the enter button, login button at once, isn't it? That is practically not possible, isn't it? So what we do is we develop scripts for each of these business flows and we run those scripts with virtual users, right? We use some performance testing tool to create the scripts, and to test the application also we use some performance testing tool. Clear case? And how we are going to do, like, how to create a script and all, we are going to see in the next 1 week. Okay. And when you say a script, some people ask me like, how much coding will be there, right? Or some people might have already started thinking about that. So your performance testing tool will generate the script, guys. Okay. You need not write the script from scratch, but your performance testing tool will generate the script for you, right? And that is the beauty of performance testing. So you need not write any code or you need not write any script from the scratch, right? Those who already completed or those who already in JMeter batch, they know that, right? So we will not write any code from scratch, isn't it? Script will be generated by the tool. And of course, like, we need to modify the script as per our requirements. Okay. And that is why we are being paid like 10 lakhs for 3 years experience, right? 15 lakhs for 3 years experience packages, those kind of packages, right? Salesforce offered like 55 lakhs package for 10 years experience in Hyderabad, right? So if it is completely automation, so, like, they need not pay that much packages, isn't it? Yes or no, guys? Right? So we develop one script for each of these business flow and we run those scripts with virtual users. Okay. With the help of the tool, again, with the help of the tool, isn't it? So first of all, is this point clear, guys? What is performance testing at a high level? We simulate the important business flows of the application that we are testing, and not only important business flows, but dashboard pages which will be visited by the stakeholders. And we test the application under target user load. We test the application under target user load. What is meant by target user load? See, let's say, for example, IRCTC target user load is 4 to 5 lakh users. Okay, 4 to 5 lakh users will be visiting IRCTC per day. And at any point of time, see, users per day. Okay, something like per day, 20 lakh tickets will be booked on IRCTC. 20 lakh tickets per day throughout the country, right? And these are numbers announced by IRCTC when they came for public issue. 3 years back or 4 years back, before pandemic, 4 years back, 4 or 5 years back, they came for public issue. At that time, these are the numbers, revealed by them. Okay. Right? So 4 to 5 lakh users will be using IRCTC per day and 20 lakh tickets will be booked per day throughout the country. Okay, through IRCTC. Clear, guys? Now, 4 to 5 lakh users will not be using IRCTC at same point of time, isn't it? Some may be using in the morning, some may be booking a ticket or, using it in the afternoon or evening or whenever they are convenient. Whenever, they want to use the application, isn't it? Now, the target user load is, 1 to 2 lakhs. Okay. Target user load for IRCTC is 1 to 2 lakhs. Sorry. 1 to 2 lakhs. That means 1 to 2. I'm sorry. 1 to 2 lakh users will be logging in simultaneously. At what time, guys? They'll be all logging simultaneously, mostly IRCTC for IRCTC. So during Tatkal time, right?
11 to 12.
More user load during Tatkal time, isn't it? So we have two Tatkal slots, right? So one at 10 and the other one at 11, isn't it?
11, yes.
10 o'clock is for AC and then 11 is
Non-AC. Non-AC.
Right. Right. At that time, they will be having 1 to 2 lakh users who will be logging simultaneously. That is the target user load. Their application should support 2 lakh users at a time. Right? Now, performance testing is very important for these kind of applications, right? IRCTC performance, IRCTC application used to be horrible like 10 years back. 10 years back, it used to be very horrible. You remember anyone? If you want to book a Tatkal ticket, we used to sit with 2 or 3 laptops in front of 2 or 3 laptops and 2 or 3 accounts. And we used to try with different accounts because we don't know where it will fail. Previously, of course, this was like 10 years back. Nowadays, like from the past 5 years, IRCTC website performance is really good. Really, really good, right? Because, if you want to book a Tatkal ticket previously, there is no guarantee that, we can go at least to payment page. At least to payment page, there is no guarantee that we can reach payment page also. Even after entering banking payment, it used to fail, right? So, however, the website performance is very good nowadays, right? From past 5 years, more than 5 years, their website performance is very, very good, excellent, right? However, see, this is what target user load means. Means how many users the application should support. Or if you take Amazon application or Facebook application, Facebook will be having more number of users, US users at 8 p.m. it seems. Facebook will be having more number of users at 8 p.m. right? So at that time, what is the user load? What is the, how many users will be using the application? If you want to do performance testing for Facebook, we need to consider that load. Peak load lo enta load, peak time lo enta load undi. How many users are accessing the application, right? We need to consider that for when we are doing performance testing. First, we need to consider that. Yes or no? Yes. And or you take Insta or Twitter or any of these applications, right? So at some point of time in a day, they will be having their peak load, isn't it? So we need to take that as like target user load. Yes or no? Right? All right. Now we need to validate the application or server's readiness ahead of peak events like a Big Billion Sale or Black Friday sale, right? We need to validate, when you are doing performance testing, we need to see whenever there is a peak event like this, like Big Billion Sale or Black Friday sale or a Thanksgiving Day in US, right? Whenever we have such peak events like this, so before those peak events, right? Ahead of peak events, before those peak events, every application will do performance testing. If client is conscious about the performance of the application, definitely every year they will do that performance testing. Okay. Last year chesamani, just because we did last year, they will not ignore this year, because in the last 1 year application might have undergone a lot of changes. Yes or no? Right? And test the application stability before and after version release. Whenever some version release means, suppose developer added some new feature. Yes or no? So application development is a continuous process, right? Application development is a continuous process, isn't it? See, you take WhatsApp, how many features it is introducing, even though WhatsApp is there from many, many years. Can you list down some new features of WhatsApp? Huh?
Community.
What is that?
Community, sir.
Payments was introduced last year, I think. What is screen sharing? Screen sharing is also introduced.
Yes,
Okay.
Channels.
Community, sir.
Communities, yeah. WhatsApp communities and channels. Recently, they introduced channels like Telegram, isn't it? WhatsApp channels, communities, poll option was also introduced recently, isn't it?
Yes.
Right? So application development is a continuous process. Okay. So will this development, addition of these new features will be stopped in near future? No, we'll have, new and one more wonderful feature that I like in WhatsApp is, suppose if you want to, send an image to someone and you don't want to forward that image to anyone else, right? Yes. One-time view. There is something called one-time view, isn't it? One-time view for documents and images, isn't it? Documents kuda cheyochu.
Pawan, I have one doubt.
Yes.
For performance and load testing, do we need a separate environment, or
Yes,
we
we
have
do
to,
in separate environment.
it is not in production, right? We will not do any performance and load testing for production.
No, ideally no, or 99% no. Performance testing will not be done in production 99% it will not be done in production. There may be 1% where, if client doesn't have a budget for separate environment, then they may ask you to do in production environment. So when you are doing in production environment, so,
Okay.
you have to do during off-peak hours, obviously.
Okay.
During night time when there are no users, or where during night time there will be less number of users, isn't it? Generally for most of the applications, right?
Okay. So
Some applications will have more number of users at night time. We will not discuss about that. But most of the applications will not have any user load during the night time. So if you want to do performance testing in production, right? So we'll do it during off-peak hours. That is one thing. And they will have a separate database. Please remember this. If we need to do performance testing in prod environment, production environment, the database has to be changed, because we will not get we cannot use production data. We can't use production data. Okay, testing team should not use production data. So they will switch the database. Right? Yeah, good question, Ceci, right?
it's Surya. So
Surya.
one more question is, at the time of deployment, code deployment, are we we test the load testing, or in QA and staging we do the load testing?
Now, can you please repeat your question? I didn't get it clearly.
Code changes are done. So now we are good with. So are we test this load performance test in at the time of production deployment, or in QA or stage? When we do the performance and load testing?
Okay. So as soon as some code changes are done, so basically what we do is most of the projects are following agile methodology and sprints, right? So for every 2 weeks duration is called as a sprint, isn't it? Every 2 weeks, sprint duration is normally 2 weeks.
Correct.
Right. So for every 2 weeks, you will get some major changes in the code. You'll get some major changes in the code. Then they will ask you to do performance testing. First, functional testing will be done. I mean, nowadays, both functional and performance will go parallelly. Okay. We cannot wait till functional testing is done. Right. So every sprint we will be doing performance testing. So that is how it is going on now in most of the projects.
Okay. So we do in QA.
So after at the end of 2 weeks, right, the code freeze will be done. Means developers are not supposed to do any code changes thereafter. They will decide this date as some date as code freeze date. Beyond that, developers should not make any changes to the code. Now, once code freeze is done, then like testing, functional testing, and performance and security testing, all these will be started in parallel. Will be done in parallel. And once once the application or once the build is successful, or once the functional testing, performance, automation, security testing is successful, we need to decide, testing team need to decide whether that code changes should go into production or not. And that is the reason why we are being paid equal salaries to the developers, even though we don't write any code, right? Testing team will decide whether, the code developed by the developers should go into production or not. Clear case?
Yeah.
And that is the reason, that is a major reason why software testing is very important, and why software test engineers are paid equal to the developers. Right? Because they are critical, if they don't do proper functional testing or proper performance testing or proper security testing, the whole application will be at stake. Right? The client reputation will be at stake. Isn't it? Yeah. Did I answer your query?
Yeah, Pawan. Thank you.
Any other queries, case?
Yeah, sir. Jayashree here. I have a question.
Yes, please.
Sir, so if we are doing performance testing in the lower environments like the QA or QA test or engineering environments, so how the data, the peak target customers' data will be replicated in the lower environment?
Okay. So first, let me explain lower level. What are lower level environments? LLE means, right? So LLE means your QA environment, right? And test environment or performance test environment, testing environment or SIT environment. These are called as lower level environments. JST, first let me explain what is lower level environment and higher level environment for
Yeah,
everyone.
sure.
Then I will come to your question.
Sure.
Okay. And when you say lower level environment, there should be some higher level environment also, right? So what is higher level environment here? Production environment is called as prod environment, or production environment is called as higher level environment. Clear, guys? Now, JST's question is, we will have certain data in this, higher level environment. For example, production low, suppose, like, let us take hdfcbank.com. It has 2 lakh net banking users. Assume that, are 20 lakh net banking users. Now, how that data will be, how that much data will be there in test environment? That is your question, right?
Yes, sir. Yeah, and how we can test the same?
Okay. So we need to populate the data in the test environment or SIT environment. So database will be same. Whether it is QA or SIT or performance, database will be same. Okay. So we need to populate that much data. That much data. Suppose if you want to, in your production, if you have 20 lakh user accounts, you need to populate 20 lakh user accounts in the test environment also, in the lower level environments also.
So performance
DBA will create that data. Okay.
Okay.
Either we can
Yeah.
populate the data or DBA can populate the data by running queries, by running some queries, SQL queries.
Okay.
Correct. So performance test environment should be an exact replica of production. We'll discuss that, what are the prerequisites. So I have one separate slide for that. What are the prerequisites for performance testing? I think somewhere over here, yes. So we'll discuss here in this slide, right? So performance testing environment or test environment should be identical to production environment. Okay. Then only we'll get accurate results, and no other testing while doing performance test executions. And basically, performance test environment will not be used by any other team. No one will be using that team except performance team. Okay. So we'll discuss that, in the next 1 week. Yeah. Any other
Okay.
queries? Okay. So this is and we need to test the application stability before and after version release. That means, whenever some new code is developed, right? So we need to test the application. We need to test the application before it goes into production. Clear, guys? Right? And sometimes, like we may found some performance issues after the code goes into production. Right? So we may find some performance issues, isn't it? If you want me to show, like, I'll show you a lot of examples like this. Okay. I'm having a lot of screenshots of performance issues of different applications. So let me take a pause here. Right? So yesterday when I was using this Karur Vaishya Bank net banking application, I got this performance issue, and it is a huge loss for me actually. Okay. I could not, submit my tender for something. Okay. I cannot reveal those details, but I could not submit a tender for something. Okay. Because of this performance issue in the last minute at 3 o'clock, right? At 3:10, around 3:10. Okay. Right. And I took this screenshot at 3:10. Actually, 3 o'clock is the cutoff time for that. 3 o'clock or 4. 3 o'clock is the cutoff time. But, I faced this performance issue, and I have escalated this. I have reported this incident, right? I'll show you some more examples. I can show that in my paint itself. Most of the, this Kotak Mahindra Bank has a lot of performance issues, right? And Axis Bank used to have a lot of issues. One issue that I used to face with Axis Bank is, like, previously my salary account was Axis Bank from 2015, around 2015. My salary account was Axis Bank. So whenever I may try to make some fund transfer, right, we need to get a OTP. We need to enter that OTP, right? So by the time we enter the OTP, and the OTP will have a time of 30 seconds. That means once we generate the OTP, it should come from the telecom provider. I mean, we should get an SMS, and then we need to enter them. But one issue with Axis Bank is our OTP వచ్చే time, by the time we get the OTP, that 30 seconds time used to elapse, and it used to say OTP has expired. We need to reinitiate or we need to click on resend the OTP. Right now they added that feature, resend OTP. But previously, like we need to start from the beginning. Because it says OTP expired and it goes to the home page or fund transfer page, isn't it? And I switched it to Axis Bank. I switched it from Axis Bank to another bank only because of that reason. Because whenever I make some fund transfer, try to do some fund transfer, every time, 80% of the time I used to face this issue, right? And I never went to my, I have never chosen Axis Bank thereafter as my salary account. Even though the issue is fixed now, maybe the issue is fixed now, right? But because of that bad experience, no, I don't suppose if whenever you join in a company, right, they will have 2 to 3 options. They will give you 2 to 3 bank options. Okay. If they offer Axis Bank, okay, no, sorry, boss, I don't want Axis Bank. Okay. Because of that experience, bad experience. There, guys. And it was there for couple of years. It was there for couple of years. Okay. So this is, this speaks a lot about importance of performance testing for any application, right? So once or else if you take Flipkart application, for example, right? Or else, JioMart or any other application. Suppose, when you are trying, suppose you place an order, to buy a product, you place some order. And after making the payment, suppose if you don't get the confirmation page. So what would be your, thought process is? You don't know whether you have to order it again, if the order is submitted or not. So payment is deducted from your credit card or your bank account. But you are not seeing the confirmation page, right? Definitely next time when you purchase a product, you will look for another alternative, right? You will not go to Flipkart again if you face this bad experience on Flipkart, isn't it? Even though every time it doesn't happen, it may not happen every time. But still, if you face some bad experience, definitely you look for the competitor. Now Flipkart is losing customer. At the same time, this business is going to their competitor, isn't it? It is a two-way effect, right? So one side, the business is losing one customer, and that business goes to the competitor, obviously. Isn't it?
Sir, these kind of UX changes like adding retry button are also suggested by performance tester.
What is it?
This
Okay.
type of
Resend
this
OTP, these kind of features.
changes. Yeah.
Yeah, you can suggest. But it's a primary responsibility of functional testing team. But still, you can suggest. Okay, no one will ask like, why are you suggesting that, right? So, if you feel that some good feature should be there, right? If the application is missing some good feature, yes, anyone can suggest that. Even a customer can suggest that, isn't it? Even a customer can suggest that.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Sir, Jayashree here again. I have 2 questions, sir.
Yes.
Sir, seeing that error, how can we determine that it is a performance testing error or it's a functional testing error?
Yeah. So before I answer your question, here is one more screenshot. So this is Redbus ticket booking failure, right? Sorry, it is saying that, sorry, your payment could not be completed successfully. Please close the payment window and try again. But thing is, like, if you want to try again, you have to wait for some time because, when you are selecting a ticket and, that seat will be blocked for some time, right? And it takes at least half an hour to release that seat, isn't it? So again, we may not be in a situation where we can wait for half an hour, isn't it? So this is another performance issue that I observed, all right? And I saved the screenshot for you to show you. Got it? Yeah, this is last year. Okay. Yeah. Now, can you please repeat your question, Jayashree?
Sir, first question is how to know that this is the error that is popping up is a performance testing issue or a functional testing issue. My second question is, I forgot it, sir. I'll ask you later.
Okay. So how do you know that, it is a performance issue or a functional issue? Yeah, good question. So functional testing team will write thousands of test cases, isn't it? Suppose if that is covered in the functional testing, it, it passed that functional testing. See, test cases will have pass and fail status. For example, payment paid or payment failed, like this. Red bus application, just now in the screenshot that I have shown you. So we saw some, payment issue, isn't it? Where is that? 1 second. Okay. So this is obviously a performance issue because, if the payment is failing, functional team will not pass that build, or they will not go ahead, or, it will not come out of even performance also. They might have done performance testing, right? But in testing environment, it may not be found. It happens sometimes that, in test environment, some issues may not be found, right? Any application will not be like 100%, passive transactions only won't be there, isn't it? All the 100% of the transactions will not pass for any application, okay, except for mission critical applications. Except for mission critical applications like a rocket launching application, those should be 100% perfect, isn't it? Otherwise, these travel applications, IR, CDC and all, 1% of the error rate is acceptable. 1 out of 100 transactions can fail. That is acceptable. Got it? And this is a performance issue, obviously, because, if all the payments are failing, then that is a functional issue. All the 100% transactions are failing, then it is a functional issue, obviously, right? But, so if some transactions are passing and some transactions are failing, then obviously it is a performance issue. Right? Right, Jayashree?
Okay, sir. Yeah.
Suppose if 100% of the payment transactions are failing, then obviously it is a functional issue, isn't it?
Okay. So we have to collaborate with the functional testing team also to understand whether it is something known or they have also noticed that, or is it something just happening with the performance team? Like that we
Right.
can collaborate. Okay.
Right. We need to collaborate with the functional testing team and ask them, is this covered as part of your functional test cases? Okay.
Yes.
They will tell yes or no.
Okay.
Or, they will capture evidence also, by the way, when they are doing some functional testing, right? If there are some important business flows, they will capture the evidence. Okay. Just they will take a screenshot or they will record it, right? And they will update it to the Jira ticket. Okay. Right. So whenever some regression testing is happening, or whenever some functional testing, some new features are, they are doing functional testing, right? So in some projects, like client will ask to capture the evidence. Okay.
Yeah.
Or they
Yeah.
will, they will document all those, which test case passed and which test case failed, at which step it failed and all. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Thank you for clarifying that, sir. My second question, I just recollected it. How to get the peak target customers data, or who will give that, sir? We performance testers have to.
Client supposed to provide that data. What is the target user load and all? Yeah, good question. I missed to cover that. So client will provide that data.
Okay.
That, target user load, what is the target user load, what are the important business flows, right? All this information will be provided from the client side. What are the important business flows of the application, and what are the dashboard pages which will be visited by the stakeholders, and what is the target user load, right? All this data will be provided by the client. Client is supposed to provide that data.
Yeah. Okay, sir. Thank you.
Any other queries from anyone, guys? Definitely. Yeah, one more good question. So test cases will be different for functional testing and non-functional testing. Yes. In functional testing, functional test cases will be hundreds and thousands. Performance test scripts will be hardly like 10 or 20 or 30, not more than that. The maximum number of scripts that I have done in any project is 80 till date. In my last 17 years experience, I had 80 scripts in one project. That is when I was working for Bank of America, right? So we had 80 scripts. That is the maximum scripts that I have seen and that I have heard. Okay. Otherwise, mostly you will have 20 or 25 scripts. That's it. On an average, there will be 20 scripts, 15 to 20 scripts on an average. Okay. Because while doing performance testing, we consider only critical business flows of the application. We consider only important business flows of the application only. We will not consider, see, functional test cases will have both happy path and negative test cases, isn't it? Right? So positive test cases are called as happy path scenarios, isn't it? And negative test cases as well. But here in performance testing, we'll take only important business flows or critical flows for the business or for that application. What are the critical business flows only will be considered for performance testing. So you'll be hardly having 20 or 20, on an average 20 in any project. Again, in any script you will, or in any business flow, you'll have 10 on an average, 10 transactions. On an average, you will have 10 transactions. That's it. Good guess. Keep going, and yeah, if we have such questions and such active participants, it will benefit everyone actually. So that is the benefit of this live training as a batch, isn't it? Some people ask for I want one-on-one training. I don't know why they ask, right? I want one-on-one training. I frequently hear this. So I said, no, we cannot provide one-on-one training. If you want one-on-one training, I can arrange my friends, but the fees will be $1,000 minimum. We'll speak in dollars if they want one-on-one training, right? And we explain them, we try to explain them. We try to explain them that one-on-one training will not be beneficial to either trainer or the trainee. Okay. For trainer, it will not be beneficial commercially. For trainee, we will not have such discussions, right? See, when you attend any training as a batch, like not only your doubts will be clarified, your batchmates' doubts also will be discussed and clarified, isn't it? Whereas and one more thing is, from a trainer perspective, if it is a one-on-one training, he or she will try to close as soon as possible. Yes or no? Complete as soon. They'll try to complete the training as soon as possible. Obviously, isn't it? Because if they complete the training as soon as possible, they will get another another student. They can start for another student, isn't it? Anyways, so thanks guys, thanks for being interactive. So I hope this continues throughout the training, and I'll stop it here guys for today. We'll continue tomorrow. So any queries guys before we stop the session for today? Any more queries, or if you want to speak something, so you can WhatsApp or call to me. And please save my WhatsApp number guys, otherwise you will not get notifications. Daily morning I am sending notification. Did I send today? I kept in my status message today. Okay, I didn't get time to post a message, so like I kept in my status, WhatsApp status. Please save my WhatsApp number guys, otherwise you will not get updates from me, because I will not send one-on-one messages. I cannot send one-on-one messages. Okay, so to every inquiry, almost I will get 10 to 20 inquiries per day, right? I cannot follow up with everyone, so I'll generally like I will send broadcast messages. So please save my WhatsApp number, otherwise you will not receive these broadcast messages.
Hello.
Yes. Any other queries?
Yeah, Pawan.
Yeah, Ramkrishna.
What is UATT?
What is?
Slide number 30. Go to slide number 30.
Okay. Yeah, I'm on slide number 30. You are on mute, Ramkrishna.
What is system testing and acceptance testing? That's my question.
System testing and acceptance testing, that is part of functional testing. Okay. Let's not go into all those. That is part of functional testing. We'll focus on non-functional testing. That is performance testing again. Again, security testing, these are also part of non-functional testing, but our main focus area will be performance testing only. So just Google search and explore that. What is system testing and acceptance testing?
Okay, Paul.
System testing, yes.
So if even client or business analyst fail to give number of users for performance testing, then how can we get the required number of users or expected load?
Okay, so first of all, how do you know that we did not get the correct requirements? So like suppose if you did performance testing for an application, you did not find any performance issues, but once the application goes into production, once the code goes into production, there are a lot of defects found, and lot of escalations and lot of issues, right? Then you know that we did not get the correct requirement. We did not get the target user load correct, or we did not get the critical business flows correct. We did not get the correct requirements. Okay, that confirms that requirement gathering is not successful, isn't it? That is how we know.
No.
Yes or no? Right? So when you are doing performance testing, you are unable to find any performance issues. But once the application goes into production, there are a lot of issues, lot of client escalations and all this. Then obviously it confirms that we are proper testing is not done. The test coverage is not complete, right?
Yeah.
Sir, only the requirements only the issue if we found bugs in production and not in testing environment.
Need not be. That may not be the only reason. There may be a number of reasons, but that is one reason. That one reason indicates that requirements are not collected, or test coverage is not correct. Test coverage is actually a functional testing terminology. Test coverage. So if you are not, if you did not find, if you are not having any performance issues in test environment, but if you are seeing a lot of issues in production, so that is one reason. One reason we can determine is, we haven't collected the correct requirements, or client did not provide the requirements correctly. Right?
And any other reasons, sir? Means what can be the other reasons?
There may be your test environment and production environment may not be identical.
Okay.
Right? Or there may be some database discrepancies. Suppose, like in production environment, you have like 1 lakh records in the database. In test environment, you have, like 50,000 records only, or 10,000 records only in the database. That can be another reason. Obviously, now you will not find the defect in test environment, right? See, the example, one more example that I gave is, let us say, for example, in test environment database, you have, let's say 10,000 records only in the database. 10,000 records, 10K records in the database. Okay. But in prod environment, let us say there are 2 lakh records or 1 lakh records in the database. 1 lakh records. So obviously, like because of this, you may not find some database issues because, there are less number of records in the database. But in production, this is the, this is the average number of records at any point of time, right? Average number of records are, data in the database. Got it? This can be another reason. There may be multiple reasons.
So one more question. This data is added by a tester only in testing environment.
Again,
Like,
it depends. It depends. So we cannot say that always we are responsible, only we are responsible. Sometimes, client may populate the data.
okay.
They may be already having some database, test database. Okay. So they will, populate the data. Or if there is not enough data, we are supposed to create. For example, see, suppose, users, number of users, production lo 2 lakh users are. In test environment, suppose you have only 10,000 or 5,000. You can run this user registration script or account creation script, and you can create users.
Yes,
Isn't it?
yes.
Suppose in
Yes.
production, there will be 1 lakh records in the database anytime. You can run this, run this add to cart and checkout script, and you can create those records. How much is the shortfall? Based on that, you can populate the data, and you have to match it approximately. You need to match it to the production environment approximately.
Sir, so these scripts are used to create the user load?
Yes, these performance test scripts are used to create the user load. Yes.
Okay.
Sir, if a particular website fails for new screen sharing or community or number of users, then we are only responsible to fix that.
Can you please repeat your question?
A website fails for a particular number of users, then we
Okay.
are only responsible to fix it.
Yes, obviously
Okay.
in production, let's say for example, your application, in the morning your application worked fine, but during Tatkal time, let's say your application failed.
Yeah.
Right? IRCTC
Yes.
application failed during Tatkal time. So you need to, at that time, what is the user load? Client will tell you at that time, what is the user load on the application. They will have those statistics. Okay. So we need to simulate that user load. Suppose client says that, my user load, my application is breaking at 2 lakh user load. Now we have to do performance testing up to 2 lakhs to see at that time at 2 lakh user load, what actually is causing the issue, what is the root cause, or what actually is causing the issue, isn't it? Because in any application,
we are only responsible to fix that.
Yes, responsible to fix in the sense, we have to identify the root cause and developers will fix that. Okay. So as a performance test engineer, we are supposed to find the root cause, RCA and root cause analysis.
Yeah.
We are responsible to do the root cause analysis. And we need to provide some recommendations or suggestions. Okay. And based on that, your developers are DBS, like it is a collective effort. It is a team effort. You will not say we are responsible to fix that. So we need to identify what is the issue and dev team should fix the issue. Or, your environment team may be fixing the issue. Suppose you will have a network team as well, right? Which will be maintaining the servers. If something should be done on their side, they are responsible. If it is a code issue, developers are responsible. If it is a database issue, your database administrator will be responsible, right? Your DBA will be responsible, or database developers will be responsible for that.
So in this course, we learn how to fix also.
In this
course, sir, how to fix those
that's what I said. It depends on the root cause. So it may be whenever we have some performance issue, right? It can be a code issue, or it can be an environment issue, right? Or it can be a network issue. Okay. So there can be multiple reasons, or it can be a database issue. So if you find what is the root cause for that, our responsibility is to do the root cause analysis. We need to find, whether it is a code issue or environment issue or a database issue, right? Database issue in the sense, suppose some poorly written SQL query is there, badly written SQL query is there, right? So we need to find out, and if we tell that, you need not write a query for that. Your database team is responsible for that, isn't it? Or if it is a code issue, it is developer's responsibility, isn't it? Yes or no? If it is a network issue or environment issue, there will be a separate network team. They have to fix it. Okay. Or, nowadays, like we have DevOps team, which will allocate the server resources and all, right? It is their responsibility. Got it?
But we can find out the root cause analysis.
Yes, we need to find the performance issue and what is the root cause of that. First of all, we need to find what are the performance issues, what can be the different performance issues, and then if we do some root cause analysis and provide some observations and recommendations, then the corresponding team will do that based on what kind of issue is that.
Pavan, I have a question, please.
What is it?
I have a question.
Please wait. We have one question from offline participant. Yeah, Sarsha. Now we need to find the performance issues first. We need to identify if there are any performance issues. Right? First, we need to identify, are there any performance issues? If there are any performance issues, what is the root cause? What is the root cause of that? Okay. Again, I understood your concern, generally beginners are up to 3 years, 4 years experience. Junior software engineers or senior software engineers will be focusing mostly on scripting and test executions. Your team lead or project lead or some senior resource will be working on those, identifying the root cause and all. Right? Guys, see, we will have a team, guys, okay, unless until it is an individual contributor. Okay. Unless until it is an individual IC role. What is a IC role, guys? IC for individual contributor. Individual contributor means one person will be there who will be doing performance testing, and it is his responsibility to do all this, right? Except in that project, generally you will have, a team. Generally, you will have a team. In most of the projects, you will have a team. So your team may be having some team lead, right? Team lead and SSC and SC, senior software engineer, and software engineers or junior software engineers. So generally, like this root cause analysis and all this, that will be done by senior software engineer or team leads. Okay. Don't worry that, you have to do all this root cause analysis and all, right? And whenever you, suppose, you got some, you are attending some interview, right? So at the end of the interview, or, they will ask you, like, do you have any questions? Isn't it? Interviewer will ask you, do you have any questions for us? You need to ask this. Is it a, is it a team member role or a individual contributor role? Okay. So if it is an individual contributor role, those who are not having genuine experience, it's better to stay back from those kind of roles, because you will be responsible for everything, to collect the requirements, scripting, executions, reporting, analysis, and all this, right? If it is individual contributor role, someone who is having genuine experience only can survive comfortably. Of course, I'm not saying that, no one can survive. Yes, there are some people. I mean, we had one guy like who kept 5 years experience last year in 2021, right? He kept 5 years experience and he got 20 lakhs package, and he got into project as an individual contributor. Okay. That is different story. His capability is different. Got it, guys? So otherwise, generally, you'll have a team. You'll have a team, performance testing team. There will be a team hierarchy, some project manager, team lead, senior software engineer, junior software engineer, etc., etc. Okay. And you'll share the responsibilities. Okay. Generally, you'll share the responsibilities. One person will not do everything when you have a team, isn't it?
But,
so these guys will be responsible for scripting and executions. So requirement gathering. So requirement gathering also will be generally done by team lead. Okay. So these people, someone who is having less experience, they will be responsible mostly for scripting, text executions.
Sir, but if there is like he is an individual contributor, so dependency will also increase in the project.
If it is an individual contributor, one person should do that everything.
And package will also increase.
It should be strong in end-to-end performance testing life cycle.
And in the other company, like if he switches to another company, the package will also increase.
Sorry, your voice is not clear somehow. Hey, we already crossed 10 o'clock, so top of the hour. So we'll continue tomorrow, guys. I have a hard stop here. I need to start the next batch, right? So sorry for that. So we'll continue tomorrow. Okay.